Hello guys, we are at Paul's Market in Apple Valley right now. We had just came from Barnes & Noble in Burnsville, one of our neighboring cities, and Chris needed to go over there to get some books he had ordered. It's his day off today, so normally we have quite a bit planned on Monday. Our cleaning crew, we had to let that go today because we had an issue with the rental vehicle situation in my van. My van's been in the shop for about a week now, almost a week. It'll be a week tomorrow. And after having it just 2 days, they called, said, oh, we sold that vehicle, can you bring it back and get a different loaner? So then I had to get a different loaner, and none of these loaner vehicles are accessible. And Andy, he's with today because we had to get some things done, but Chris had to lift him into this normal seat up front by me. This I'll show you in the back there. It's not an accessible vehicle, so his wheelchair cannot be in this vehicle or any of them. It's really hard to get an accessible vehicle if you need one. Luckily, Chris can lift him into this van for me and put him on a regular seat, and he can ride okay that way, but I cannot lift him. He's 140, 150 pounds, and I just can't lift that anymore. Anyway, getting back to the van situation. So first it was supposed to be ready today, and then they said, oops, it's going to take till Friday, this coming Friday. And then Friday, last week, they sent me a text message 10 minutes before they close and tell me, well, your van's ready. There's no way I can go there and get there that fast, okay? So they're not open over the weekend, so I had to wait till today. So I didn't sleep real well worrying about all this stuff. And then just as I'm pulling into the parking lot there, what do? They text me again and say, there's some crash signal or something that came on, a light on the dashboard, and we think it's because when we took the bumper off to do the repairs, the front bumper, that it knocked something off kilter with something that has to be now reset. And it's well, that's great. I mean, why didn't you know that Friday last week when you thought the vehicle was ready for pickup? Or else maybe somebody didn't notice it, I don't know. But anyway, it's here we go again. So I've been being pressured to get the rent-a-cars back, how insurance is, and we have had a $500 deductible, so paid that and everything. But now they're trying to say that we might have to keep the rental for another 2 days. They're saying they'll pay for it if insurance won't, so that's good. But it's just such an inconvenience, It's just got me so frustrated today, and we had things we needed to do today, and we had to cancel those appointments and stuff because we can't get the wheelchair in the van. And so Chris needed to pick up his Barnes & Noble book order, and so I said, well, if you can get Andy in the front seat, then we'll go. We had wanted to go and sit in the cafe a little bit and have a snack and a coffee, or Andy likes tea and I like tea or coffee, but wanted to have just a little piece of cheesecake or something and kind of relax today a little bit. And anyway, then I needed to come to Paul's Market here, so I said let's go down there and get what we need there. I wanted to get some pumpkins for the front yard, and because we already got our gorgeous mums that Chris got from Sam's Club. They got some really huge pumpkins here, but I just don't need a pumpkin that big, And then I wanted some cucumbers and some more eggplant and some acorn squash and some, I can't remember what, I said if they got zucchini, get me some zucchini. So I had to send him in because I got to sit here with Andy and give Andy some medicines here pretty soon, so I'm going to be doing that in a minute. But just wanted to check in with you guys. My first video over at Barnes & Noble didn't turn out so good. This isn't my vehicle, and I'm all scrunched in here where, my chin is looking like I got this great big double chin, which I don't have unless I'm sitting in some weird position. But, and then, I wanted to address something because a lot of people are like, what's going on with your lip? Well, what's going on with my lip is I have needle nerve damage. Some years back, it was like in the early 2000s, a dentist, I had like mercury poisoning from all the silver fillings I had as a kid. I had like 8 big fillings, and I was starting to have issues. And Lisa Marie Presley, if you research it, also was having like the similar issues where it was affecting your pituitary, your thyroid, all these different things. And one of the dentists, he was an oral surgeon who was doing the kids' wisdom teeth, said, you want to get those fillings out if you can and refill them with the white resin. And when they went to pull or take the fillings out, the teeth just like instantly cracked because the fillings were so big. And so I decided to pull those teeth out, and this dentist was just sort of a jerk. Not the oral surgeon, but my regular dentist. And I figured I'll go to him first, like before going to an oral surgeon or whatever, because there's a difference in price and stuff. But anyway, so he hit me like so hard the one time. I couldn't have all the teeth taken out at once. I had to kind of do it gradually. And a couple of them went fine, but I don't know. I just hate Novocaine and needles and stuff, And I was really nervous, and he's like, I'm just gonna do this like really fast. And he hit me, and he hit some kind of a nerve which caused needle nerve damage and caused my lip to kind of like, if I'm tired, my lip will act up where it looks weird, like lopsided or something. And anyway, I was going to take him to court, and you know what he does? He retired and he moved out of the state, so I couldn't do that. So as soon as he started getting documents about that, he just like took off. So anyway, I've had to kind of learn to just live with it, with things being kind of weird, and nobody's perfect, I guess. So whatever. But so that's what it is. That's why it looks the way it looks sometimes. So, but anyway, we are going to give Andy his medications, and then if we have time, if they don't, they contacted me a little bit ago and said that the guy was finally there looking at the van. So hopefully he can get it reset and we can get our van. We've got a lot of stuff we're going to be bringing home here, so we'll probably have to take everybody home first or something, depending on what time it is. It's like 2:30 now. So Chris shouldn't be in there longer than a half hour, and then 20 minutes maybe max, getting what I need in here. And it's a pretty big garden shop, as you can see here, and it goes all the way down there too. So, and we got a lot of corn the last time we were here, so we're pretty good on corn. So I don't think we're going to get any more of that, but and then they're going to start getting their holiday stuff in pretty soon. They still got a lot of summer plants, but I don't need that right now, so I don't really have anywhere to put them. But I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Mine really sucked starting out, and I actually was so hungry for breakfast. Because I got up early and left and went over there, and then all this weird stuff I had to deal with them. And they had to make arrangements for me to keep the rental vehicle longer and talk to my insurance and all that stuff, It's just such a pain. But I went to the IHOP that's just down the street from there, and I was hoping that they were going to get it resolved quickly. So I was there for about an hour and just had some coffee and juice and orange juice and an omelet and stuff. Just sitting there, and no luck, nobody called. So now they're starting to, though. So I just hope and pray we can get our van back today. I just miss my van, and not being able to get Andy around like he needs to get around, is really frustrating. So, but I hope everybody's having a great, day, and hope you have a great week. We hadn't put any videos on for a while because when we were up in Duluth for the tall ships, we got so darn sick from that Canadian wildfire smoke. Just like we're coughing and coughing, and we weren't like sick. It was just like that darn smoke like really affected your lungs where you're coughing. And so we didn't want to go around anybody too much because we figured people are going to think we're like sick, but we're not really sick. But I did have to like give Andy nebulizers, like I think it was like 4 times a day, and suction him, God, like I think like 14 times a day on a couple of different days. It was just awful for us, but everybody's healthy now. He's just tired because he's been getting his medicines in, and it's that time of the day, you know. But we will talk to you guys later.